Today I'm walking down the street with Jonny Reed. He is the COO of UFC Gym Japan, but that's what I know about him. Jonny,
Good
tell us,
morning,
who
everybody.
are you?
Good morning. Nice to meet you all. Well, yes, I'm the CEO of UFC Gym Japan, but that's just my work title. In reality, I'm just a normal guy. Family, couple of kids. Australian. Live now in Tokyo. Enjoy a beer, a coffee. Just a normal, regular guy,
Oh, you're a great human being. Jonny, one thing that gets my attention is that you lead a diverse community at the UFC Gym. And you managed to have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class and a yoga class happening at the same time in harmony. How do you make that happen?
Uh, I think diversity, is a bit of a key. I think, we have a lot of different backgrounds for our coaches, for our members,
Yeah.
which is great. But then I think it's just about the respect in that, if you got BJJ class, you're not going to make too much noise. It's unnecessary. It's just, having boundaries and knowing what's happening around you so that you can kind of be as respectful for other people as you can. And then, I think sometimes it's good maybe for people who are doing yoga that kind of have to work a little bit harder to kind of get that mindfulness aspect.
To concentrate,
to concentrate on what they're doing, be in the moment, I guess. Even when there is kind of noise around. And I think that's probably something that's kind of happens in life, is that
Exactly.
not every day is going to be perfect. You don't always get perfect conditions. So sometimes you just got to kind of deal with it,
Yeah, this is a big lesson. Yeah, as you said, not only the class, but life in general. We don't have the perfect conditions for things to happen. And another thing that I notice is that when you are at the UFC gym, it's more than a workout place. I can see that people come, they have a good conversation with you, they see it, they share what is happening in life. This is not something that everyone can do.
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, it's one of the big things that we try and promote at UFC Gym is their community. And that's born out of, I think, our CEO is an American. He's very hospitable.
Yes.
I think, it comes down to, like, there's a lot of just 24-hour gyms out there.
Yeah.
So we kind of make it, our point of difference is that there's always staff there. We are welcoming. We kind of treat everyone as nicely as possible. And we know everyone's first names. Generally, we know families and kids' names, and it's a family atmosphere, and that's what we actively. Well, that's what we say we do, but that's also what we actively do. So,
No, definitely. Not only for the members, for the staff. I work with you and I feel like that. You created that environment.
Yeah.
But tell me, there are days, even if we know we are good at that, we are humans. When you are drained, but we still show up and you do that. Share with us, what do you do on those days?
I mean, yeah, I'm human, as I said. I have good days, bad days. Hopefully more good than bad. I think it's just it's important. In a customer-facing job, where you kind of just compartmentalize a little bit. Is okay. I've got issues at home or whatever you're dealing with. It's like, okay, I'll put that aside for now. For the next, 4 hours or 8 hours or however long you got to be in front of customers, is okay, I just put on my normal work face and we just carry on. And then, after work, I can go back and then, sort out whatever other issues I might be having.
Yeah, but that's wonderful. That requires a lot of sense of professionalism, as you mentioned, and put that aside, the persona that comes to work and the personal life, but still.
I mean, it's not easy. It's easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah.
And I get that. And, I deal with a lot of different coaches and staff and backgrounds, and sometimes it carries over and spills over into the day, but you try and be as helpful as you can for some people, but you know,
Yeah, we do the best
yeah,
we can.
that's the biggest thing. Do your best, try your best, and we'll see.
And you do. Another thing that I know is that you are very particular about. Let me just adjust this. Another thing that I know is that you are very particular about your coffee.
Yes,
I even see you preparing your coffee in the morning.
yes,
In the era that everyone is doing the grab and go.
yes, like we just did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where is that coming from? What is that?
So when I was I think 17, I moved to
Mhm.
Melbourne, and for those who don't know, Melbourne's one of the coffee meccas of the world, really. It's got a great history with coffee.
Mhm.
And one of my first jobs was a part timer at a cafe, and that's where I learned how to make coffee and then it's somewhat of a blessing and a curse that Melbourne's coffee is so great that when you're there it's fantastic, but then when you leave and move somewhere else,
Uh-huh.
it's not as easy to find the quality that you can get in Melbourne. So before working at UFC Gym, I had a little coffee shop of my own. I worked in a coffee company here in Tokyo, and through that, I've still been able to kind of have that passion for coffee. And for me, I like to have a really nice coffee in the morning. So I kind of make my own, and gives me a minute to kind of think and appreciate what's going to happen for the day.
And what is a great coffee for you? How you describe a great coffee?
Uh, so I like a lighter style coffee.
Hmm.
Maybe the Kissinen style is not something I'm really into, that dark roasted beans.
Uh-huh.
Um, but again, like in terms of what makes like great coffee, um, again, it's a little bit of people.
Yeah,
If you walk into a cafe and they know you, they know your order.
it's the
Um,
experience.
yeah, that's part of it. The
Yeah.
ambience, but it's just in Melbourne you kind of have that. So coffee was brought from Italy to Melbourne, and so that kind of Italian restaurant kind of feel where
Hmm.
everyone knows everybody and it's a family environment. Um, that happens a lot in Melbourne. Maybe not so much here, but
Uh-huh.
if you can find that, and then it's really good.
And I think it goes back to the environment that you create in the gym, like this environment where people come and then
Yeah.
they feel welcomed and you have a good conversation
Yes.
and you have your great cup of coffee that you make.
Yes.
That is
Um,
something that gets my attention because people are busy. Not everyone does
yeah. Yeah. It's true. I mean, it's hard sometimes. This does take a little bit of time.
that. Uh-huh.
So, uh, but yeah, it's something I try and do as often as I can. Yeah.
Okay, and one thing, if you have one message to share with the world, what would be your message?
One message. I think for people, just live. Um, everyone says life is short, etc., etc. But when you have opportunities to do something different, like 11 years ago now, I moved to Japan,
Mhm.
speaking no Japanese and having no contacts here. Like take chances. I think because if you don't, you'll kind of get to at some point in your life, and it's like, oh, I wish I had tried that or done that. So if opportunities come knocking, just
Mhm.
grab them if you can. That's what I would tell everyone to do. Keep learning, keep growing as a person, and then just take your opportunities.
Thank you. That's very powerful. Yeah, sometimes I think when we are in a comfortable position, we feel like it's good.
Yeah,
We don't have to, we don't need to, but I think it is very important what you say. Yeah, take chances, see the opportunities that we have around.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you
yeah.
so much for that. Okay, now is the lightning round. I'm gonna say a word or a sentence, and you tell me what comes to your mind.
Okay, all right.
I don't like it when.
I don't like it when Mama Chari's cut me off on my bike.
A quote that I live by is,
Quote I live by is comfort zones are great, but nothing ever grows there.
makes sense. My heart belongs to.
My family, family and friends, both here and back in Australia and abroad, wherever they may be.
Wonderful. And who's your favorite mindfulness teacher?
Well, controversially, I don't have a mindfulness teacher at the moment. But if I were to get one, I think Louise would have to be my first port of call.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. That's Jonny.
Thanks, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.